Okay, so we've started and we're changing 0.51 recurring into a fraction. Now, what we covered last time is we need to make sure that we've got the recurring element to the right-hand side of the decimal place. So our first step on this one is to multiply by 10 on both sides. That gives us 5.1 recurring equals 10x. So what we're used to doing is having that recurring element next to the decimal place and then straight away turning it into something 10x and dividing. But we have to do a little bit more work for it. So again, we're just going to multiply here by 10x. That gives us a 51.1 recurring. And we've got 100x. Now from here, we can start to eliminate the recurring element. So I'm going to call this one line 2. This one's line 3. And we're going to do line 3 subtract line 2, which is kind of like a simultaneous equation, which we cover later on in the year. Line 3, take away line 2. So 100x, take away 10x, gives us 90x. 51.1 recurring, take away 5.1 recurring, gives us 46. So the recurring elements will just cancel out and we're left with 51 and 5. Then we divide by the 90 so that we have x on its own, 46 over 90. And you'll notice that both of these numbers are even, so we can divide them by 2, which gives us 23 over 45, and that's done. And then if you do want to try to check this answer when you're at home, so before you mark it on My Maths, you can put the fraction into the calculator, hit equals, the fraction will appear again on the screen, but use the SD button, and then that will convert it to the decimal, and you'll be able to check your answer. Okay, with this one, I'm going to do the right-hand side first. So we've got line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4. And I'm just going to times that number by 10 until I get to an element where the recurring bit is the same. So first of all, multiplying by 10, we get 7.32 recurring. Everything shifts. Now, what you need to kind of remember is when we multiply by 10 again, is something that some of us forgot previously. We multiply by 10, that 3 that recurs will, if we use a gaming term, will respawn at the end of the digits. So timesing by 10 again gives us 73.23 recurring. So you can see that 3 has respawned at the end. Multiply by 10 one more time, 732.32 with 2 dots on the end. How did I know I was going to need 4 lines? It's just because I'm old and experienced. With practice, you'll start to know how many lines you'll need. So we're going to need line 4, take away line 2, because line 4 and line 2 both have 3.2 recurring all the way through. 1000 take away 10, 990x. 732.32 recurring, take away 7.32 recurring is 725. Oh, and then this is going to test my mental arithmetic. I'm going to have to divide these by 5. That's going to be 1 remainder 2, 4 remainder 2, 5. 5's into there, 1 remainder 4, 9 remainder 4, 8. And then I can divide across. So I've actually simplified before I take it any further. Before I finish this off, I'm just going to check whether it can divide by 3. 3's into 14, go in 4 times remainder 2, but 3 won't go into 25. 198 won't divide by 5. I can't divide 145 by 7, so I'm just going to leave it there. Okay, I'm not going to take any further. We can check the 11s and the 13s if we want to. One more question which was asked was how we're going to turn 1/15 into a recurring decimal. Okay, so just put your hand up if you're still making notes on this. I won't move it then. Put your non-writing hand in the air if you're writing it. Are you writing it? Yep. Have you finished writing? Come on. We're recording. People are going to be hitting fast forward now. I'll lose my watch hours. Super. Anyone that's missed out a bit, we'll scroll back in a bit. Okay, so 15 going into 1. And I'm going to make a really, really long line here. I don't know how many zeros I'm going to use. You okay? I'll go back up to the top in a bit, I promise. So 1 over 15. 15 doesn't go into 1, so we carry the 1 over. 15 won't go into 10 either, so that carries over to 100. Now I've done a version of a VIB. 15 goes into 100 6 times with a remainder of 10. And now we see a pattern. 6, 10, 6, 10. So this number is going to be 0.06 with the recurring dot going over the top there. And that's how we convert any of them. And I know that when the numbers get a bit tough, it's going to be a long, laborious exercise, but write your very important box, which I know you've been taught in primary school, and go through that process. Okay? Right, we're going to stop that recording now.